It's too bad we have to leave because we can't enter anywhere and the elevator doesn't work. So yeah, we have no choice but to give. Oh, but Goigon, what are you doing? What are you? Haha, it's me again, kid. So you have Goigon, the #1 most dipshit motherfucker. If I were an evil organization, I would shoot him twice. Like, I had no choice but to give up. There was literally no way for me to enter inside. Like, Cipher would have won. If this dumbass motherfucker didn't go, oh, I'm just gonna use the elevator that normally wouldn't work to challenge this motherfucker. Now if I beat him, I can use the elevator and fucking fuck everything else over.
What a bright star of the organization.
Ugh. Like, Goigon, you literally fucked up everything. Like, I would have no choice but to give up if he didn't show up.
Basically.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, he has an Earth thing as always. Don't really remember what his full team was. It's been a while. It doesn't even really have like the Earthquake strategy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what he has.
It must have been such a lovely thing to start off with, right? It's like, oh man. What the fuck are they doing? What are they screaming on about again? God.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm sitting in my comfort of my room and I'm hearing other people scream and I'm wondering if the mic's gonna pick them up anytime now.
It's possible. I probably don't hear it now, but I'll probably hear it when I'm editing or something like that. It's like, oh no, more edit work. Oh.
Yeah, I hate that.
Protect. I don't really have a strategy for this guy, honestly. I think at this point, this was at the point of the game where I just kind of stopped caring about a lot of things. I just wanted to be done and over with.
Honestly, at that point, you probably want to have the best fucking strategy going on.
I basically just look at the boss battle with Pokemon he has to go, yeah, I'm gonna use this Pokemon on this guy.
Honestly, this was one of those where you could use Jolteon's mimic the Brick Break, and then just fucking try Brick Breaking them both at the same time.
Oh, bad idea. I just wanted to mimic Protect because I can use Earth Swing with Earthquake at that point.
Oh, that's also a nice move. In any case, you got the right target, and because Aggron's Sturdy ability isn't that useful in Gen 3, if he has Sturdy, of course.
What is like a Sturdy? What makes Sturdy meh compared to other generations?
In Gen 3, I believe, of course, the generations introduced is basically gives you immunity to moves like Guillotine,
right.
Fissure, and Sheer Cold.
There's only one hit kills if it's like a one hit kill move.
Yeah. Which if you're around the same level as your opponent Pokemon had already a 30% accuracy, but you gotta be guaranteeing that shit, right?
Oh, he lives on 1 HP. What the fuck? Honestly, no, I think if you have Jolteon and like a fighting type out, you'll beat everything. Everything's either weak to lightning or like fighting.
Unless they decide to like, take out the Jolteon. But as far as we see with this AI, they're not the brightest of them all. Heck, they're like this character.
I mean, honestly, Cipher in this game is especially dumb. Like, I remember like the previous game. At least they weren't like super smart, but they were not this fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you have the main villain, who's the only one who is kind of smart, I guess. And you have got the best, who's just like, bleh. So anyway, Poliwrath, our next Shadow Pokemon. I don't really remember, I'm just gonna look up Poliwrath.
90 attack, 90 defense, I believe also 90 in special defense. It's somewhat bulky, but there's nothing else to go for, from what I remember.
Asking, why does Ennis know that? Good question.
Honestly, it's one of those Pokemons where I'm like, oh, I want to use this Pokemon, then I look at its stats and go, maybe not. And then I look at its move pool in the older generation, I'm like, why Gen 3? Why?
Yeah, its stats are very, very average. Like, I mean, they're all around 90, which is like, you know, it's always like the not bad, actually pretty decent, actually. But there's nothing that really stands out. Like, he, you know,
You know, it's like one of my favorite examples is like Talon Flame. Is like you look at its stats and it's nothing special, but then you look at its ability and it makes them like stand out. But
Yeah.
Poliwrath is neither.
I mean, Water Absorb is not bad, and I don't know what Damp does anymore.
Damp makes you immune to like destruction moves, I believe.
Yeah, self-destructing move, which he doesn't have.
No, not making you not making you able to like do a self-destruct move and survive, right? It's meant that if somebody else uses a self-destruct move or Aftermath, it was an ability in Gen 4, you're basically immune to it, if that was the right one.
Yes, that's also kind of, it works for double battles, I would think, but even then it's kind of whatever.
I might as well double check, but yeah.
Yeah, I just learned a lot of moves at level 1 though. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, that's evolution Pokemons, you know?
I'm gonna go to Gen 3, maybe we'll see something. Yeah, okay, we see something.
Oh,
level 25 you learn Submission, and can learn Mind Reader. Well, it's completely fucking useless.
Yeah, and now I can clarify more about Damp. It basically prevents the opponent from using self-destruct or explosion in general.
Yeah.
That's actually nifty, but nothing special.
Okay, in double battles, that's about it. He does learn some useful moves like Earthquake, Psychic, of course the usual Ice Beam and Brick Break, and water attacks. I guess he's okay for like a main game, but again, I wouldn't like go out of my way to use him. I say that, but I totally would, because I actually wanted to use him at some point.
Me too. It's even for average stats, it can do some shit.
At least he can be used. Then we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is shit. Its best stat is a special defense stat. Doesn't matter if its defense stat and HP stat are fucking garbage. HP stat is fucking 40. 40!
What about the special
speed? He has a pretty decent speed and special attack. Special attack is 100 and speed is 90. But he's supposed to be the wall setter. Like, I think his moveset was shit too. Hold on, let me check.
Probably a lot of defensive skills, like some other like defensive Pokemons.
I mean, you're learning some Psychic. That's at level 45. That's pretty neat. Yes. Yeah, but it actually does learn some decent moves, but I think at the end of the day, it really is just his low HP pool and like defense stat that makes him so undesirable as like a wall setter.
I would always say that there's like if special defense is higher, then you obviously set him up for those kind of things. But the problem is with that shit HP, being a wall is useless.
But the shit HP, even if you have high special defense stat, it's still kind of weak. Meh. It's like it won't do much.
It's like why Shuckle isn't that fucking amazing, right? It's like a massive defense, but what about its fucking HP? Non-existent.
It was 30, right?
Maybe even 20.
Yeah, you're right. Alright. Anyway, because of Goregon losing, we can now invade the rest of the base. Thanks, guy. Thanks, dude.
Oh man, so useful. But yeah, man, it's like seriously, that's probably the biggest problem you can have with some of these Pokemon. If they have like low HP, it doesn't really save them with their high defense.
Oh.
Which is why some of the best tanks are the ones with the ton. Like, you fucking know Blissey, right?
Yeah. Actually, Volrein I don't think has the highest defense stats, but his HP is really good.
Fucking 110 plus these two, like 95 defense in both special and physical makes him so fucking durable.
It's like low HP tank can actually work if he has good recovery abilities,
Yeah.
Like, Valoom actually sometimes is used as like a staller. Not because he's really defensive, but because he has good recovery abilities. Like, can use substitute together with his recovery shit.
Yeah, fucking Drain Punch, Toxic Heal, and Substitute is one of the few things I could think of.
Leaf Seed.
Alright, and Spore as well.
Yep.
How much?
Yeah, Valoom is really good. Valoom is pretty good, especially later on in later generations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fucking remember, it's like I watched some Nuzlocke talk about this, right? It's like Blissey can break Nuzlocke if you catch it. Because Blissey has like a fuck ton of HP, a fuck ton of special defense, and good special attack. So as long as you put it up against the right opponents, which if you're doing Nuzlocke, if you're a good player, right, you do that, and you can basically just fucking win every fight with Blissey. It's that fucking powerful. And you know, soft boil is also a thing.
Later Gens Chansey, like, is also a fucking monster with Eviolite.
Yeah.
I remember just not wanting to continue playing, like, on Showdown whenever I fucking saw a Chansey. It was like, nah, fuck that, I'm out.
Honestly, I hate stall teams in general. It's like, you want to know what's more boring than a fucking than like a team that goes and like kills everything after setting up? It's a stall team. Yeah, let me constantly switch around. Let me constantly have these heals going on, these fucking toxics and whatnot. And then
the game lasts for like 12 hours.
Yeah, the worst part of it all is then afterwards, if you kill one of their Pokemons, one of their star Pokemons, they then fucking quit as well.
Won't even let you have the satisfaction. Like, at least the ones that set up can have, like, will like give you big dick energy, right?
Yeah, and even then you can always play against them, set up against them, something. But these guys just like, yeah, I'm just gonna switch around, do this, do that, and it's like, yeah, sure, it's a mind game shit, but it's like, it's boring.
It's okay to have like one stall Pokemon, so when your entire team is made of stalling, it's like, oh no.
It's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the opponent starts first and has like a whole combo.
Well, it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you will eventually lose if you stall too long.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You have a limit to how long you can let the game go.
You're right. So the one thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that there are ones where they have like 5 fucking traps on the field, which is scary. But then you have the combo decks, which hope to like OTK you in the second turn after they drew the entire deck.
Right.
But if you like, oh man.
The worst part's when like fucking they start raining down in the sky, and it's like, okay, we're gonna show every Pokemon that gets hit, fucking every turn.
And then the game is stalling out instead of like your opponent.
Basically. I'm just gonna lie though, because at this point in the game, I kind of got tired of the game. It's like I wanted to play something. I want to play something else.
Man.
I want to talk more about it though when I get to the credits, because I've got a pretty
Yeah. So like, I remember one of those times where I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, right?
Oh, apparently there's also a new like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like online kind of simulator game. You know, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. There's like a better game of it or something like that.
Well, I've seen some of them update so fucking fast, though. It's beautiful. Like when a new card comes out in Japan, they put it right into the game, into their own simulator, which is nice.
Pretty cool. I really want to do like Yu-Gi-Oh! Streams at some point, but I have to find the right timing.
Did you see the video? Did you at least see the thumbnail about was it Majestic Stardust Dragon getting a rework?
I know about it getting a rework.
Yeah, it got a new card. It got a new version, which is this time around called Shooting Majestic Star Dragon.
Have you seen Wise Dragoon called Lol Drurger?
Yeah, I did see that one. Oh man, I love that tuber. It's easy fun.
I was even looking like at what's one set of videos where it's like Final Fantasy 14 memes.
Oh man. Yeah man, it's like they fucking gave Majestic Stardust Dragon a new version and some extra cards to make playing Majestic Stardust Dragon easier.
Cool.
Shooting Quasar Dragon is already too good.
Shooting Quasar Dragon is like also just impossible to summon, but it's kind of the point.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's like everything is a shooting Quasar Dragon.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so how can we make the game feel more... Let's just make everything Shooting Quasar Dragon. I have a better idea. Why don't we just make a card that just cancels all other cards, and we make 50 versions of that card?
They actually did. It's called True King of Calamity.
Okay, but this is like, can the card cancel the whole game though? I want to see the next card's like this card. If you draw this card, you can cancel the whole game. Like no one wins, no one loses. It's just like, no, we're done. The game is cancelled.
Thankfully not. There are two cards out there. True King of all Calamity basically changes the whole board's attribute from like any elements, right? Dark or fire, right? Mm-hmm. And then follows up by negating all of those monsters affecting graveyard or field, I believe.
Anyway, we've got more Pokemon to talk about.
Oh, yeah,
Doctrio.
Doctor.
High speed, high attack, pretty good. 120
Pretty
speed,
good.
100 attack, pretty good.
And it's even worse in competitive, apparently.
We didn't even better in competitive.
That's what I mean with worse.
Yeah, he has got Arena Trap. The thing with Arena Trap is that it basically just makes it impossible for the opponent to like switch out. Meaning that he's perfect for like killing steel type Pokemon.
Actually, literally anything that's like just a little bit too light on the defense side.
It's actually very. He also has Sandfill too, that increases like evasion, which I don't. Did that get banned? I don't think that got banned, right?
No, I think
it was Garchomp Sandfill that got banned specifically.
Yeah, because Garchomp was like not alone was Garchomp like a somewhat on the bulky side of things, right? But that Sandfield just added salt onto the injury, you know.
Yeah. But yeah,
but in that case,
it's pretty good. He also has Sand Force later down the road, gets as a hidden ability.
And some other like what's it called, area specific forms, the Alolan form where he gets fabulous hair and a steel typing.
Where he gets such fabulous hair. He definitely buys all the L'Oreal products because he's worth it.
Arena Trap, though, I think the beauty of it was it's not only is it a good revenge killing ability, but anything that's just a little bit too light on the defense just gets taken out by this fucker.
It's too bad I can't lock the shot this year.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
I know, right? Yeah, how did he get inside?
Ardos! Sir, who allowed this child to penetrate our defenses so deeply? What is the meaning of this? You know this guy named Corrigan? I'm giving you the responsibility of dealing with this child. I'm just gonna float away. Slowly. You finally managed to anger Master Greevil. I thought I would end up battling you one day. But this isn't how I had hoped to face you. If we battle, it will only be unfulfilling and without meaning. Will you challenge me knowing that? Yeah, okay, we only have 4 seconds left though.
What the fuck?
You left, yeah. Anyway, this guy doesn't really want to fight you because he wants to like have an honorable duel, but you know, he ain't getting it. Because he has to fight now because he has to. There's no choice.
Honestly, it feels like a one moment where you could just basically say, hey, you know, let's just go straight to the next part.